On today's Fit to Eat, I'll be preparing sausage and chicken kebabs with a bitter green salad and a fresh-made dipping sauce. My guest is Chief Executive Officer for Polk's Meat Products Incorporated, Julie Polk, Brazil, and registered dietitian Rebecca Turner will show us how to make 3 simple seasoning mixes at home. It's going to be a great show, so stay tuned. Welcome back to Fit to Eat. I'm your host, Rob Stinson. Today, my guest is Chief Executive Officer for Polk's Meat Products Incorporated, Julie Polk, Brazil. Welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me.
I feel like I almost know you. I've talked to your father so many times, and I want to say congratulations for winning CEO of the Year.
That was a great night. It was a lot of fun.
Wasn't it, though?
Yeah.
It really was. Yeah. Well, what we're going to do today is show people that pork can be used in moderation in a healthy way.
Right.
And if you don't mind, I'm going to get you kind of involved in this.
Let's go for it.
Are you all right with that?
I'm good with it.
Okay, good deal. So what we're going to do, and I actually have a finished product here. I kind of cheated because this one I'm going to let you try.
Okay.
And that's really the essence of how it's going to look. To me, one of the things, and I think it's really important, is to try and make food look good as well as just taste well, you know? It's like, with kids. It's
I
like,
know.
and when my kids were really young, it was hard to get them to eat anything green.
Right.
So this works out really well because they actually will eat this and they eat all the veggies with it.
Well, my son's favorite color is orange, so he would go for that.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
cool. That's cool. That's cool. Well, let's talk a little bit. What I'm going to have you do, if you don't mind, I'm going to put together a mix, and this is a little rice flour. So gluten-free,
Okay.
which I understand you guys have actually created some product that's gluten-free.
We do. A lot of our products, almost all of our products are gluten-free, but we claim that on a couple, but they're all gluten-free, and that's something that the industry's going to.
I tell you what, it has become so much. I was talking on one of our segments with Dr. Rick DeShazo, and there are so many people now who are either concerned with it, or trying to find a way to focus on it. And even though it's a small percentage of the population,
Right, it's important.
It's still important, yeah. So what we've done, we have onion powder, garlic powder, which has no salt. Okay, that's the reason we use it. Black pepper and the rice flour.
Okay.
All I'm going to ask you to do, if you would, is to kind of mix that together real well. All right, and while you're doing that, I'm going to get all of these beautiful ingredients ready to kind of put onto a skewer. And then what we're going to do is actually dust them with this seasoning after we pour just a little bit of apple juice, which will be kind of like the binder instead of putting oil. So it's healthier. All right, so you ready? I'm gonna start putting these together. And there is no right or wrong way. I always like to end and begin with a cherry tomato. So I'm a little funny that way. I don't know. It just looks pretty. All right, but the main idea is just there doesn't have to be any kind of rhyme or reason. And we're taking some of the beautiful. This is your original sausage.
One of our all-time favorites.
I mean, I love it. I love it. And the thing about it is people start getting into these kind of, gee, I can't eat something like that. And the main thing on this is that if it's done in moderation, there is absolutely no reason you can't enjoy it. So now we're going to pop some chicken on here. And like I said, no pattern to this. I'm going to put some sausage. All right, let's see. What's going to look pretty? How about some orange? We got so many different colors here. Yeah, it's going to be pretty. And then yellow. And then let's go back and put another piece of sausage and chicken. And ultimately, what I have here is roughly about 2 ounces of sausage and about 3 ounces of chicken. So that it really is kind of a 5-ounce portion of food. And that's probably the biggest area where people have a problem. We all eat too much, and it's kind of how everybody's been brought up, so it isn't like there's really anything wrong with that. But talk a little bit too. You know, I know that you guys have gotten such incredible focus on doing quality food. And that's what I love about it.
Right.
And, you know, you made a comment to me before the segment about it being more regional. Talk about that a little bit to me.
Yeah, so a lot of our competitors kind of cater to the national tastes, and because they are a national brand. Since we're a more regional brand, we tend to cater more towards what people in our area tend to like more, with the original, the Cajun.
So now what we have, since I've cheated, and I already made one, okay, which is yours, I'm going to put them both in there this way. And then if I can get that seasoning from you, and thank you very much, did a beautiful job. We're going to take a spoon, we're going to pour, and I know this is kind of strange, but this is a healthy way to kind of add a little bit of flavor.
Right.
So we're going to pour the apple juice right over the kebab, use about half of it, and then sprinkle the seasoning right on top. So you've got that onion, that garlic, that black pepper, and that rice flour. The rice flour just helps to put a little thickening agent in. And then turn them over. See, this is something you could do.
I probably could.
I'm telling you. All right, and then hit it with the rest of the apple so that you've got both sides coated really nicely. And then come back and sprinkle it with the seasoning. And I have taken the liberty of turning that pan on. And it's on pretty high. This could be done over a char grill too, you know, so this could be cooked outside. But we're going to put in about a tablespoon, no more, of oil, just to coat that pan because it's a big pan.
Right.
And then put these kebabs right into the pan. And you can see, I mean, that's good and hot. I'm going to have you move over this way. I don't want you to end up getting burned on this somehow. But I think that really is a neat way, and anybody can do that at home. Let me tell you, there are a lot of ingredients here today. So if you wanted to get this recipe, all I would do is go to mpbonline.org/fit-to-eat. And if you don't want to go online, you could join the Facebook page at MPB Facebook. And the MPB Facebook page is a great place for all kinds of other information as well. So lots of reasons to do either, but remember, find the recipes. All right, so we've got these cooking. They're going to cook for a little while, and what I'm going to have you do, you ready? You ready to get involved?
I'm ready.
I just want to have you turn them,
Okay.
all right? So,
Yeah,
just
one
kind of,
time.
yeah, just kind of side to side. Yeah.
Okay.
Look how quickly that's
like
cooking,
that.
actually, huh? Isn't that neat?
And the sausage is already cooked.
I'm telling you.
There you go.
See?
Okay.
Yeah, you're doing good.
professional.
I swear, you're doing really well. But anyhow, so let's talk a little bit more about, you know, maybe the variety of products that you guys
Right.
have, you know?
So a lot of things we have that people don't know. We do hams, sliced hams, whole hams. We do a lot of holiday hams.
Oh my gosh, my
yeah.
favorite.
Yeah.
Like,
we have a bone-in
like you're
ham.
talking like a honey glazed ham
Yeah,
or
well,
something
it's
like that?
a
or-
magnolia bone-in ham.
Oh
and it's,
my gosh.
You know, it's huge. And, people flock for them. And then we also have these half chickens that we do. People don't know that we do chicken. We do an array of links with chicken and beef and pork and beef and pork and chicken and
Really?
yeah. So we have a hot dog that's an all beef hot dog.
So
yeah.
a good quality product again.
Yes, in fact. And then we have pork chops that we do. We cut pork chops. So we do, a lot of people call it hog head cheese, but it's souse is what people call it.
Yeah.
We have a boudin now.
Really?
And then we have one item that's just come out. It has red beans and rice stuffed into the sausage.
No kidding.
Yes, so that's been our latest item.
Wow,
Yeah.
that sounds delicious.
Yeah.
I'm absolutely going to try it. No, I'm
Please
serious.
do, please do.
I love using your sausage in my red beans. I
Uh-huh.
really do. I just think it's got the flavor that is traditional of what I'm used to in New Orleans,
Right.
you know?
We actually partnered with Camellia on that. And so,
Oh, really?
Yeah.
No
yeah.
kidding. Well, we're going to keep cooking these guys. Look how pretty that's coming out, huh?
I know.
Doesn't it? It almost looks as if it was done on a char grill.
It does.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, that's... you
Smells
know,
good.
but it really is. To me, if you do something like this at home with your kids, and it looks that good and all, it's almost like it's candy, but it's vegetables.
Right.
And you get them eating vegetables, which is not, I mean, that's my hardest thing with
Right.
my kids.
Yeah.
you know?
Well, unfortunately, with my daughter, as long as she has ranch to dip it in, she'll eat any vegetable.
And you know what?
But you know what?
We're gonna make a really healthy dipping sauce
Okay.
that you could make at home. I swear.
Sub out the ranch. Okay.
Yeah, and it could be
White
done
dip,
as
as
a
we call
ranch
it.
style, but this is actually honey mustard.
Okay.
So it really kind of fits. All right, well listen, we're gonna take a short break and go to registered dietitian Rebecca Turner. She's got 3 recipes for seasoning mixes you can make at home. We'll be right back.
We all have used them. They make cooking at home easier and tastier. But have you ever looked at what's inside the spice mixes you buy at the store? While you think spice mixes contain, well, just spices, there actually can be lots of other ingredients thrown in. Modified food starch, partially hydrogenated oils, MSG, and some other preservatives. For me, that's a no thank you. The good news is you can still get the convenience of prepackaged spices and the taste without any of the unnecessary ingredients or going overboard on your sodium. It's super simple to make spice mixes at home in bulk. In fact, it's so easy to do, you'll want to get your kids or your grandkids in the kitchen with you to help you measure and stir. Now to get started, all you need is a small container. I have pint-sized mason jars, but empty baby jars or even spice jars would work. You're also going to need some measuring spoons, a big bowl, and a whisk. So here are 3 simple to make homemade spice mixes for your everyday recipes. Starting with homemade taco seasoning. I bet you already have many of these in your pantry. Chili powder, cumin, onion, garlic powder, paprika, oregano, and then a touch of cayenne. You're going to want to put these in your big bowl, use your whisk, and then store them in your jar. They last in the pantry for about 6 months. Next, you have a homemade lemon pepper. Now, because this actually uses fresh lemon zest, you're going to want to make it and then use it that same night in your recipe. But just a little bit of lemon zest, ground pepper, and salt gives you the perfect flavoring to spice up fish or poultry. Last, we have homemade Italian seasoning with all the traditional flavors you would expect in your Italian dishes. Basil, thyme, rosemary, oregano, garlic powder, coriander, and a little bit of sugar for sweetness. Add all these back into your bowl, use your whisk, and then store it in your airtight jar for up to 6 months. Now use any of these flavor combinations in your next meal, and it will be sure to be fit to eat.
Welcome back. We're going to start finishing up the kebabs, but I tell you what, that was interesting about seasoning mix. You know, I actually keep, and we've done it on the show, a salt-free blackened seasoning at home. And I know you're going to laugh, but I actually use it when I cook chicken for my dog for his treats. And for me. And I swear, anybody out there that knows me, I am not making that up. You can't lie about something like that. So listen, what we're going to do, this is a very different style salad. I love warm salads. Okay? And bitter greens, turnip greens like this, they're incredible. So what I'm going to actually have you do, you ready? That's a turnip root.
Okay.
And it comes right off the bottom of the green.
Okay.
It's so good. It really is. I know it sounds kind of crazy, but it's almost like eating kind of a natural potato chip, you know? So if you're going to snack on something, I slice them, and I'll keep them in my house, and I'll just kind of munch on those instead of eating like a fried.
I usually eat carrots. This is a good
Yeah,
alternative.
yeah. And you know what? I keep carrots, celery, asparagus, and turnips. All in a bag in the fridge.
Yeah.
It's a cool deal. Okay, so look, we've got a pan hot here. I'm going to put the oil in and start with the first ingredient. So again, very light amount of oil, and I'm going to put the onions in first because they will not burn the same. And then I'm going to hand the rest to you. This is garlic, and you can just throw it in there.
All of it?
We're going to mix it all in there.
Okay.
That's the turnip root. Some beautiful red bell peppers. Let me get rid of these for you. And now, these are actually just drained.
Chickpeas?
Yeah, those are actually white beans. They could be butter beans, whatever you might have at home. And it just adds a little bit of protein into the salad. All right, and now, you ready?
Ready.
We're gonna add in the greens, but what we're gonna do next is on the side, I'm gonna have you add a little crushed red pepper.
Okay.
And we'll mix all this up, don't worry. That's cumin.
Okay.
Some coriander. And those seasonings, I tell you, they just, aren't they incredible? The aroma is just beautiful. And then some black pepper.
Okay.
So there's, there's a variety of flavor that's going into this, as opposed to just having greens. And if you just stir that up a little bit, and try and get it, on the bottom, and then I'll actually come back over there and kind of flip it around.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're not doing that today?
Not doing that.
Well, you're doing great. I mean, you really are. No, you'd be amazed. I'll get people on here, and they, don't even want to touch a pan, so I'm proud of you.
My husband will be so proud.
I know, huh? And you can already see the onions started cooking pretty well, huh? Okay, so what we're going to do, watch this. We're going to add about half of our wine. Now, the alcohol will cook out, but we got to get the veggies a little drunk. All right, now, I'm going to take this, and let's see if we can start to kind of flip it. And the reason I'm putting those veggies up on the greens, so they'll start to wilt faster.
Okay.
And you got to admit, doesn't that look pretty?
It does.
And I'm telling you, the flavor is incredible. All right, we're going to throw another ingredient in here that's a little crazy, and that is some Dijon mustard, because we're going to end with the honey mustard dipping sauce, so it'll kind of bring the whole dish together, if you would. And all I do is just kind of sprinkle it around, and we're going to mix it all in. It's about a tablespoon, and good mustard, to me, is just a great ingredient because it's healthy and it tastes so good. Yep, you can just mix that all in. The aroma, huh? I love it. I love the difference of having some good fresh flavor. Now we're going to add a little balsamic vinegar just to kind of give it the tartness, so it really is you like it?
Yeah.
I love making a healthy version. You'd be crazy. This is kind of nutty. I do it with apple juice instead of a lot of oil, so it's a little healthier, but you still get the flavor with the balsamic and everything else.
I'll cover cucumbers in it, try to make.
Do you?
Yeah.
I love it. That sounds great.
It's my snack.
No, that sounds really good. I tell you what, you're doing great. Looks good, huh?
Yeah.
All right, we're going to take and put that last amount of wine. And I'm going to flip it a little bit if you don't mind. And here's the key. When you're cooking it, you want to see nice bright green. If it goes past that, you've cooked all the nutrients out. So we're at a point right now where I'm going to turn the heat off because it actually looks about perfect. And I know people love to cook greens for hours. This is not my idea. That's not really what we try to do. And I like to keep all the veggies kind of crunchy, so you get a little texture when you're eating it too, huh? You enjoy stuff like that?
I do.
Yeah?
To get my family to enjoy it's another story, but.
No,
Work in progress.
It is. It is for everybody. It is for me too. But I've got my daughter where she really loves stuff like this,
Well,
they
would pick
my son holds out a little bit,
yeah.
but my daughter's really good about it. But anyhow, no, that looks fantastic. And I tell you what's nice about it is it's going to be a really great complement for the kebabs because you've got a good, hearty kind of warm salad to go with the warm kebabs. So it's kind of keeps the continuity in there, and I love it. It's just a whole different idea. And that mustard flavor, you'll see when you try it, because you're going to get a plate. You get your own little plate here. I'm going to have you make. Yeah, it's really going to be good. Don't forget, if you want any of these recipes, you can go to mpbonline.org/fit-to-eat or join the MPB Facebook page. So don't forget, easy way to get all of these recipes because you're never going to remember it all. So anyhow, here's what I'd like to do. We're going to go to a short break right now, and when I come back, we're going to make a healthy dipping sauce that kind of has a seasoning mix of its own. So come right back.
Polk Meat started about 47 years ago here in the state of Mississippi. We are the largest family-owned, privately held meat company in the state of Mississippi. The employees here, being a 47-year-old company, we have a lot of long-term employees that take a lot of pride in the product that we put out. We here have always tried to put out the best product, the safest product, and it shows with our employees and their dedication to the product, and I believe people buy into that. We do a lot of retail and food service smoked sausage. We do smoked hams. We also do holiday hams, bone-in hams. We do some turkey legs for festivals. We do some specialty products like boudin and some private label products for people around the Southeast. One of our products is it's a Cajun Link. It's a Cajun sausage stuffed with red beans and rice. It is gluten-free, it is no MSG. We launched it back in December. It's being very well received, and not just in Louisiana where you would expect it to be, but also up in the northern part of the region that we serve. I think it's the taste. I think it's the familiarity. 47 years of the taste. We have a lot of people from out of the state, other parts of the country that call and want it because they grew up on it and they don't live in this region anymore. Growing up here in Mississippi, it's a household name when it comes to sausage and ham. And their tagline, "Picky people pick Polks," I've heard it since I was a kid.
All right, welcome back. We're about ready to put all this together, all right? Can I get you to help me one more time?
Oh, yes, absolutely.
All right, so what we're gonna do, I'm gonna throw all this in the bowl. So this is yogurt, non-fat Greek yogurt. So that is what you use to make the honey mustard as opposed to mayonnaise.
Right.
And it's so healthy for you. You know, so it really is the perfect way to come up with an idea. Then you've got, again, the mustard that we talked about using earlier. Mm-hmm. So you've got some good French mustard. We're gonna put some pepper, some paprika, just to give it some color. Garlic powder and onion powder, and you see I use it quite a bit because it has no salt, and that's a really good thing. And then the honey. And all I'm gonna ask you to do is to kind of stir this together real well. And I think the spoon might be easier than the whisk with this.
Yeah, okay.
So while you're doing that,
Oh.
I am looking at these beautiful dishes. So we're gonna make two. I'm gonna take and flip some of these beautiful greens around and put onto the plate. Keeping some nice color on top so it looks so pretty. And I tell you what, you know, we were talking about boudin over the break, and I absolutely love it. It's like one of my favorites, and you are so correct. People north of the Mason-Dixie line would not have any idea what boudin sausage is, and if they
No.
ever tried it, I think they would go crazy for it.
For sure.
You know, it really is. It's so interesting when you see what it has, you know, when you actually cut into it. So that's really neat that you guys are doing that
Yeah.
now. All right, let's see. So we're gonna pop about half on each plate because I am gonna actually make you your own plate.
I can go for it.
Can you? All right, so we've got two. What I'm gonna have, let's see, oh, perfect, absolutely perfect. We're gonna put a little bit of the sauce into each container. And what's really neat about that, you know, your kids could eat this until they die and be eating something healthy,
Yeah.
as opposed to eating, you know, like something, I hate to say, like a traditional mayonnaise-based sauce that's really just not healthy. So I'm just debating which one do you think is you?
Over there.
Over here. All right. All right. So let's go ahead. I
Okay.
put a fork over there for you.
Okay.
Let me get these out of your way because we do not need those here.
Let's set it right here.
And just give it a shot.
So I'm dipping this in here.
Yeah, you dip a little of that and then try maybe some of the cooked turnip or whatever you like. And I'm going to leave one right out here.
Well, you know I'm going straight for the
And
sausage.
I tell you, well, you're going to have to try the sausage, huh? I mean, I love the sausage, so I think that's a great place to start. And the neat part about it is that you've got a really nice variety of food, you know?
It doesn't need the sauce, but the sauce
No,
is
it
great
really
to add.
doesn't. And I look at it, and I'm like, you know, it looks like it was char grilled.
It does.
You know, isn't that neat? It really does. But yeah, try a little bit of the
Yes.
greens too. It's such a different idea of eating greens that are not overcooked. That's the part that I like. And I think that people, if they could get used to trying it this way, would find that they really enjoy it, you know?
It's very good.
Yeah, isn't it though? It's really different, huh? Well, I think it's fantastic the direction that Polk's meat are going, you know, making all these different variety of products. So,
Yeah.
I mean, that's exciting. And again, congratulations. That was a great
you.
night.
Thank
We were
you.
up
It
there for
was.
the
Yes,
Mississippi
thank
Business
you.
Journal.
I know.
It was really a fun night, you know, and I tell you what, it makes you feel good when people appreciate what you do, and obviously they do in your case. So that was a neat deal.
Yeah,
you know?
thank you.
But I love that. And then what we really are proving is that there is a way to take a product where you can actually eat it in a healthy environment, and I think it's really good. You know, it really is good that way. So anyhow, but yeah, we'll have a lot of fun with this in the future. Kabobs are something that kids love. You know, the appeal is for the family, and that's what we try to do, you know. So anyhow, I think that as the idea of the variety of flavors that Polk's, you know, is going towards, it's just going to, you know, really be a neat kind of.
So we're actually going to try to do a little something, kind of get over into the all-natural.
That's neat too, yeah.
Segment,
I love that. Well, don't forget, go to mpbonline.org/fit-to-eat to get these recipes, or join the MPB Facebook page. And I can't wait to try the all-natural products that are coming.
Yep.
I think that's going to be fantastic. And obviously, it's the focus of the future.
We're trying to make something for everyone.
That's what's really neat, though. It really is, Julie. It really is. What a pleasure. I think that this will be something fun that people can sample. And I just want to thank our guest, Julie Polk, Brazil.
Yes.
All right, I know.
Thanks for having me.
And really, it was such a pleasure.
Yes,
it was
thank
such
you
a
so
pleasure.
much.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I tell you what, I'm your host, Rob Stinson. Eat well.